If you look at your bedroom tonight, it is probably designed to completely block out the natural world. You draw thick curtains to shut out the streetlights, tap your phone to set a digital alarm, and rely on a soft bedside lamp to read before falling into a solid 8-hour block of sleep. We treat our compressed nighttime routine as a universal, biologically hardwired law. But on the timeline of human history, our current way of handling the dark is a shockingly modern, highly artificial invention. For 99% of our history, night was a completely different experience. When the sun set, the world became pitch black, freezing cold, and occupied by highly active, night-hunting predators. So what did ancient humans actually do at night? And how did they navigate 12 hours of darkness before electricity? The first major shift in our nighttime history happened when we tamed fire. Before the control of fire, night was a terrifying passive experience. Without the ability to create light or heat, our early ancestors had to climb up into tree branches at dusk, curling up in simple nests like chimpanzees do today. They had to remain completely silent, clutching their young in the pitch black, praying they wouldn't be spotted by a prowling leopard. But once we controlled fire, everything changed. Fire gave us a biological bubble of safety. It kept the predators away, and most importantly, it extended our day by up to 4 hours. The campfire became the original living room, theater, and community center. But even with the safe fire burning, our ancestors did not sleep the way we do today. We live under the modern myth of the 8-hour sleep. We assume that humans have always slept in one solid, uninterrupted block. And if we wake up at 2 in the morning, we assume we have insomnia and need medical help. But historical and anthropological evidence shows that before the invention of electric lighting, human sleep was actually segmented. Ancient humans slept in 2 distinct shifts: first sleep and second sleep. They would fall asleep shortly after dusk, sleep for about 4 hours, and then wake up naturally around midnight. This midnight gap lasted for 1 or 2 hours, and it was a highly active, peaceful time for the tribe. People would sit by the glowing embers of the fire, talk quietly, check on their children, have sex, process their thoughts, or simply maintain the fire. Once the gap was over, they would fall back into second sleep, waking up naturally at dawn. We didn't lose our ability to sleep solidly. We simply paved over our natural biphasic rhythm with gas lamps and factory clocks. But while the tribe slept, how did they protect themselves from the monsters in the dark? They did it through a biological security program called the sentinel hypothesis. If everyone in a tribe fell into a deep, synchronized sleep at the same time, they would be incredibly vulnerable. To prevent this, human bodies evolved varying sleep cycles based on age. Older grandmothers and grandfathers naturally wake up exceptionally early, while teenagers naturally stay awake late into the night. Because of these staggered biological clocks, there was almost always someone awake or semi-conscious at any given hour of the night. This staggered sentinel watch ensured that the fire was always tended, and the camp was never left completely unguarded. But when they were awake around the fire, what did they actually talk about? Anthropologist Polly Wiesner studied the conversations of the Zhou/Huanzi hunter-gatherers of southern Africa and discovered a fascinating split between day and night. During the day, 80% of human conversations are about practical, stressful matters, hunting realities, resource disputes, food gathering, and economic tasks. It is basically the business talk of survival. But at night around the campfire, everything changes. 81% of nighttime conversations are about stories, legends, singing, and mythology. The darkness softened our worries. The campfire became a creative laboratory where our ancestors sat, stared into the flames, and used the quiet of the night to build the shared culture, myths, and languages that defined our species. They also looked up. Without the blinding glare of modern light pollution, the prehistoric night sky was a dazzling, hyper-detailed map of the universe. They memorized the constellations, tracked the seasonal movements of the stars, and turned the night sky into their very first calendar, navigation system, and mythology. The stars weren't just pretty lights. They were the shared reference manual of human history. We built a modern world of constant artificial day. We turned on the light bulbs, synchronized our sleep to factory shifts, and insulated ourselves from the natural rhythm of our planet. But our ancient hardware still remembers the dark. The next time you find yourself waking up at 2 in the morning, unable to fall back asleep. Try not to panic. Your body isn't broken, it is just an ancient system, doing its absolute best to survive in a world it was never designed to navigate. And it is quietly begging you to put down the screen, step outside, and go find your tribe.